Friday. Welcome to Avio's Journey. This show is all about helping the new and upcoming voiceover artists grow their business and sidestep all of the crazy things that I seem to step on. Ah, man, what a week. It has been insane. The first week of December is coming to a close. I hope you are having a good one and you're super busy. I'm excited to go over this topic today because I'm starting to get a lot of questions about it. And as you know, I like to spread my wings and be on a lot of different platforms. As a voiceover artist, I have always said that I think the new age is through casting sites as well. So today we are going to be talking about the voice realm and what you should be doing and what you should know for the voice realm for 2020 next year. Because my goodness, it is the 6th today, which means we have, what, about 25 days left? And then we are going to be rocking and rolling into the new year. So let's dive into the voice realm. By the way, really quick, if you have any questions about the voice realm or anything like that, go ahead and start asking questions in the comments section. Whether you're on Instagram or YouTube or Twitter or Facebook, don't be afraid to ask questions. This is a great place to do it. So, first off, for all you new people out there, or even if you're not new, but you're new to maybe online casting sites, I want to talk to you about what actually the voice realm is, okay? Now, the voice realm is a pay-to-play site. And in our world, online casting sites, we have what's called pay-to-play, meaning that you pay a fee, like a registration fee or a subscription fee for the year or monthly. And once you pay that, you are put on their roster, meaning that you are going to get auditions or you're going to get work sent to you and so forth. But you have to pay in order to get their services. Some of these sites like voices.com and voice123, you can be on there for free, but until you pay, it's kind of one of those things where you don't, get the benefits of the membership. However, on a site like Voice Realm, though, particularly Voice Realm, they have to accept you as well. So as you are doing it, not only do you need to pay, but you actually have to be accepted first. All right. And that's something that is different than a lot of them. Whereas other sites like voices.com or voice123, you can get on that site and pay, and then you don't have to worry about actually them accepting you, because if you pay, you're accepted. But on the voice realm, you have to be accepted. All right. Now, the Voice Realm is a site that once you pay, you're going to be listed on their site and you can upload your demos and you will be sent a lot of auditions. Now, the cool thing about Voice Realm that kind of differentiates it from other pay-to-play sites is that they don't blanketly send out a whole bunch of auditions to every single person that's on their roster, like we come across when we do things on, voices.com or voice123. They're a lot more selective about the process. And what's really cool is they spread out the auditioning time, meaning that if you get an audition that comes to your inbox and you can't get to it right then and there, you can get to it tonight or maybe tomorrow, you still have as good as a chance of getting that job as someone who maybe auditioned today, because they spread out the auditions and then they give them after a period of time. Does that make sense? So they don't send it blanketly out to everyone all at once and then expect everyone to do the audition, and whoever, it's like first come, first serve, right? Whoever gets listened to. So because of that, that kind of gives us as voice actors more chance, more opportunity to get work. Whereas if like a Voice123 and Voices.com, those places, once that goes out, if you're unable to audition right away, you're going to miss out on the opportunity, because hundreds of people are going to be on the audition, and you're after X amount of auditions, people are not just going to listen anymore. Okay? So that's kind of what Voice Realm is. Now it has an escrow account as well. So basically, you would audition, you get a job, and they book you through the site. Then they pay the site. So the money goes through the site, and the site holds it for you. You can communicate with them through the site. However, Voice Realm is very particular about you not giving your personal information through that site, just like any other site. However, voices.com and Voice123, as I seem to be using those as the other benchmark sites for pay-to-play sites right now, they don't mind if you give out your personal information. They don't mind if you put your telephone number, if you put your website. They actually, promote you to do that, or ask you to. So, but on Voice Realm, you're not supposed to be putting your last name. You're not supposed to be giving phone numbers or email address. So you need to make sure that I say it's Anthony because they know my first name because that's what's on there. But I don't put any personal information there. So anyways, after that, you go ahead and submit. Now, this is where it gets a little bit dicey, that people have had struggles with Voice Realm. I'm going to go into a little bit more about, where, when, why, and how and stuff in just a second. But Voice Realm has started to get kind of a reputation where, the payment of the jobs can be difficult to come across, meaning that, you do the job, and if the client themselves does not come back and accept it or whatever, it takes 14 days for that to clear. But after that clears for the 14 days, then Voice Realm has between 7 days and 45 days to pay you. Okay? And what's happened is that some people, clearly that's a lot. I mean, if it goes the 14 days, then it goes 45 days, I mean, you're looking at, what's that, 12, 24, 36, 48, 4, 5, I mean, we're talking almost 4 to 5 months that it could possibly take you to get paid. But I want to give you my personal experience. So I have, as of date, made a lot of money through Voice Realm, and I'm very excited about them, and that's why I chose to talk about them. Yes, because of the questions I've been getting, but also because I'm actually getting work through them. As you know, we can be a part of so many sites these days as voice actors, but the real proof in the pudding to me is whether I'm getting work from them or not. Now, that doesn't mean that because you get work or not, you're super talented or you're not talented, but more so it's the opportunity, and it's how the site itself handles all of the people, like all of the voice actors and the clients, and how the opportunity, the equal opportunity it is. Do you know what I mean? I mean, we could talk about Fiverr, and the reality is on Fiverr now, there's great opportunity for everybody, but me as a top-rated seller, I'm going to get a lot more opportunities than people just coming in. Now, you could say that I've earned that right to get those opportunities, and I would agree, but at the same time, you know what I mean? Because that's a free site to join, they have to have a different way to differentiate people, from, someone who might be just, recording, from their iPhone, or someone who, has backed it up by, voiceover after voiceover after 5-star review after 5-star review. So Voice Realm does it by, of course, auditioning you before, and then you have to pay. So anyways, with that being said, we're getting back to the paying you. I personally have noticed that it can take a while for you to get paid. And I have kind of come up with my own system to where instead of, and then I'll be honest with you, instead of me waiting, as soon as that 14-day trial period is up, if they don't come to you and say, like if the business that you, or the client that hired you doesn't okay it before the 14 days, so once that time is up and it moves from you working on the account over to, pending payment, I will actually go on there and message them. Now, look, I have to admit, they have a chat message box, and every single time I've messaged them, I have gotten great responses and very helpful. So their customer service for me as a voice actor on that site has been very good. So I'm actually very pleased with it, and it's working out well. And now I've been paid for a couple of jobs and some high paying jobs, and I've gotten paid and deposited into my bank account. So into my PayPal account. So that's been very nice. I just finished up a job yesterday. I got news from the client today that they liked it and they'll get back to me. So I don't know, if that's going to, if they'll accept it or that'll take another 14 days. But from this point on, as soon as it moves over to the pending site, I am definitely going to go on to the site and I'm going to talk to the person, whoever picks up, whenever I type in hello into a little chat box, and let them know if they would be willing to help me get my money faster. I'm very kind about it, but I don't want to wait 7 to 45 days. So anyways, that is something that definitely could give you a little bit of pause. However, I've had some good experiences so far with it, and I've not been put out too long. So on this last job I did, which I did a regional radio spot and was licensed and everything, and I did a live session with tech I'm in Virginia, and I was doing work live through my studio through Texas. I was paid in under 3 weeks. So that's actually pretty good. You know what I mean? Really, because if you're just starting out on Fiverr, for example, that's 2 weeks before you get paid. Plus, they have to okay it. And if there's revision costs, so anything under a month, 2 to 3 weeks is really nice. Yes, there are some sites where you get paid right away, but those are kind of far and few in between. You know what I mean? Because money has to clear. They've got to, hold the money in case something happens. There's policies for the customers. So anyways, I was paid within 3 weeks. So that's actually pretty good, I think. And then this next job, like I said, I finished it yesterday. So we will see how that turns out. All right, now, how much does it cost? Voice Realm has 2 prices. By the way, there is a couple different options on Voice Realm I should talk about. Yes, you can do the way where it's the cattle call kind of auditioning, but there's also, you can be booked through the site as well. And there's also a little tab that you can say that you're in studio, and they promote you when you're in studio that you can work right away, etc. So those are things that you can do as well. So you can't get booked from the site. I've currently not been booked from it. However, I've only been on there for under 2 months. So I've only been on there for probably about 6 to 7 weeks so far. So I've not even really been on there that long. So, when I find out more, when I get booked like that, I'll let you know. But anyways, so now what was I going to say? I was talking about, let me move into how much it costs. That's what it was. So 2 prices. The first price is $199, and this is for a year subscription, and this is their basic package where you will be given the auditions, but you're not posted on their roster site so other people can see you. Okay? To do that, you have to pay $250. To me, it wasn't a big deal to pay the extra $50, so I paid the $250 to be listed on the site as well as to get all the auditions. Okay, but that's the biggest price they have is $250 at this current moment, and once you pay that, you're on there. But I have to tell you really quick, moving ahead of myself, to get onto the site, I actually submitted my demos like 5 or 6 times over a 6 to 8 month period and close to a year, and I wasn't accepted. Now, I went through different demos too. So when I had a new demo, I would submit it. Finally, I'm not saying this because they'll get a whole bunch of phone calls, right? But finally, I called them. I picked up my phone and I called them and I said, listen, I really like your site. I want to be a part of it, but you guys won't get back to me. What can I do? And the woman was very nice, and she said, hey, listen, I'll take a look at it, and I'll send it through or put a priority on your things for people to look at it. And the next day, I got an invitation to be on the site. But it took at least 4 or 5 or 6 times of me submitting on the site and then finally calling. I've actually had to do that for a bunch of different sites. Another site called Voice Jungle, I actually had to, after submitting and waiting for like a year almost, calling them up and talking to their service department about, hey, I'm a voice actor, I want to work on your site. Then I, magically got onto the sites. So, anyways, so I pay the $250, and that's how much it costs, and I get a year subscription for it. Okay. So at this point, for you in your marketing budget, I want you to think about these sites as, and kind of where I'm going is this: where should you place this in your 2020 marketing plan, right, for your business as well. To me, I'm just when I look at voices.com and I look at Voice 123 and I look at the Voice Realm and a couple other pay to play sites, uh, they're all, I mean, they all have great things that they do well. For me, in my personal opinion, I have booked more work in a quicker fashion and a better and easier way through the Voice Realm than I have Voice 123. And a disclaimer, I do not have a membership on voices.com. So I cannot say that the Voice Realm or, voices.com is better or worse or whatever, but I can say that currently the work and ratio and cost most definitely between the Voice Realm and Voice 123 goes to the Voice Realm. And for you, just so I am again full disclosure, I did not re-up my Voice 123 subscription this year, but I am definitely going to re-up my Voice Realm subscription. So that's something that I did want to talk about, and I think you should definitely put it on the forefront of your marketing dollars for 2020, spending, a portion of it, $250 for an entire year. I mean, one of the jobs, by the way, a really cool thing about Voice Realm too is how much their rate card, like how much they pay. Now, we live in the age of websites going everywhere, and it's always the financial talk about how much you're paid. But I really love the rate card, and there is no negotiation type pricing on Voice Realm. And it is, even though it's not, they're very clear that this is for non-union people, they pay fantastic. So, they're big about, they make sure that if you have license work, you're licensed properly, it's paid well. So, I mean, the jobs there, they're worth it. So one job, my first job paid for my membership, and then all the jobs after that have just earned me a lot more money for what I paid, and it was worth it. And as I get better at the auditioning process, I'm noticing that it's taking me a lot less. My first job took me about 30 auditions to get. So I want to be upfront about that too. It took me about 30 auditions to get my first job. Then my next job took me about 10 to 15. And my next couple of jobs took me again about 10 to 15. So what I'm finding is the average now, it's between, like, I guess if you average it all out, maybe 10 to 20 auditions, I'm getting a job. I think that's fantastic, right? I think that is unbelievable for me personally, because I've been on sites like Voice 123 where, and I may be dogging Voice 123, but I've done hundreds of auditions, you know what I mean, and not much. Finally, I got a little bit of traction where somehow I started, people started finding me, of course, and then I didn't re-up my thing, but whatever. I was, because it's almost $500, so that's a lot, of money. Anyways, I'm getting off the topic. So when should you purchase this membership? I went ahead, like I said, and purchased it just a couple of months ago as I was building out my site portfolio, as I was trying to get to different casting sites. I think this is a great time to do it if you have any money left in your marketing budget, but you might want to wait for the new year. And this is why I think so, because I'm not sure, because like I said, I'm new to Voice Realm, over the last couple of months, but over the new year, people run specials, correct? Also, next year when you re-up, you might not want to re-up right in the middle of Christmas, or you might want to if you think about where your budget is. I mean, listen, we're a cyclical business too, because we go up and down with the marketing industry. So you might want to think about, where am I financially right now? And when it comes around next year, where will I be where will I be then? It might be a good idea for you to, think about that as you, make your decision to buy or not. Okay. All right. So, now I would say that, and hopefully I've proven that here, that I think, in my opinion, based off of the work I've gotten, that the Voice Realm is a good place, is a good pay-to-play site for the price, because it's half of voices.com or Voice 123. And at the same time, I really like the interface. It's pretty easy to use. You know what I mean? And they're very, like, the rate card and everything, it's very easy to find everything. They've got a nice dashboard, and their customer service has been fantastic. The downside to the platform is definitely the amount of time it can take, and that people have reported it taking to be paid. Okay? Now, once you get on the site, you can upload demos. I have a bunch of demos on the site. You can fill out your profile. They're very helpful if you have any questions. But other than that, they take care of everything. I have notifications set. So once I get a casting, like while we were doing this, I got a listing that came to my mailbox from Voice Realm, and they'll send it to you, and then you can go on there and audition, and you can put it through there, and they have a nice little place that shows your auditions, whether you can comment. It's set up. I like it better than Voice 123. It's set up a lot better than that to me. So anyways, I definitely recommend the Voice Realm. I think it's a good option for you to consider for a pay-to-play site because they will send you the auditions. You can be booked from the site, but like I said, I have not been booked yet. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. I know a lot of people, I've been seeing a lot of questions scrolling through. I want to say hello to everybody on Instagram. I know I have a lot of people that have come and gone on Instagram. I'm going to wave at you guys. We've got DJ. What's up? DJ Kurt, I saw your questions, man. And this one has been for you too, buddy. We've got Jaziel. I think, man, I hope that's saying it right. I got John on Facebook, Storm, Switch Gaming, RMFH on YouTube, Big Jim. Good to see you, Thomas, on Facebook. Boss Cyanide, Kevin Hamilton. Kevin, what's up on YouTube? Blah, 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 blah. We got Heath. Let's see what we got some questions as we go down. Their escrow is like Paymaster. I'm not sure. But I do know that they, are clear about how much time it takes to get it. But like I said, I kind of politely bother them to get paid on time. Okay, I thought Voice Realm was a freebie you had to audition for. No, it's not a freebie. Got to pay for it. Is it worth it? Absolutely. It's been worth it to me. I have, definitely made my money back many times over at this point. Heath, let's see, or their algorithm, right? You can make it through their algorithm. What's the pay delay range? Well, I was talking about that. Yep, that is what I do. Usually 2 or 3 days after you message. We'll take the full 2 months otherwise. Yeah. Good deal, Ben. And Ben, by the way, thank you, Ben, because, I talked to Ben about it, Voice Realm, too, because he was on this a while back, and, he told me that it was a good place to go, that, you'd make your money back. So, Ben, you were right, sir. Good job. All right, let's see. Thomas, 45 days. Hi, I currently have a client who's at that 90-day point when the contract says 30. I hear you. Information is like this invaluable because I have leery about picking a P2P site. Absolutely. I kind of try to judge them based on whether I'm getting work or not. I mean, that's really what I do, right? Let's see. By the way, if you got any questions, put them in now. Let's see. Did you ever figure out why they didn't accept your first set of demos? So they didn't come back and tell me why, but I bet I have an idea, and it's this. These sites are getting overwhelmed with voice actors. Okay, I mean, they're just getting bombarded. I mean, look at like Voquint, who has like 27,000 voice actors on there, right? I mean, now there's plenty of business out there, client-wise, right? But the reality is that when you have a site like Voice Realm, who they are taking all of our stuff and listening to them separately and making a decision, I think a lot of them just don't make it to the actual, actually have somebody listening to them, or there's a queue, or they set, because how would you do that? How would you set up the amount to listen to every day? You'd have to create some system. So that's partially what I'm thinking. Also what I'm thinking too is I got better. I mean, the honest, if I look at when my first set of demos came out and my second set of demos, they're very clear. If you go into their FAQs, Voice Realm talks about really being specific about other sites letting anybody in. And by the way, they even say in their FAQs that some voiceover sites let anybody with a mic and a laptop record, and it's all echoey and there's reverb. I mean, they actually say all this in their FAQs, so they are very particular about who they take. And I know for me, as I've gone on through my business here, I get better and better, just like we all get better and better. So I'm assuming that is part of it, partially because my demos are better, as well as, who knows? And I want to tell you guys this because I'm a big proponent of it. The more I do social media and the more I get myself out there, you can't tell me that sites that are looking at this don't happen to type in your name. Why wouldn't they? What value do you bring to them? Because in a place where we are now there's a huge resource of all of us. How then do we begin to separate ourselves? We have to continue to find ways. These are just, by the way, again, this is all conjecture. I don't know. In the end, I had to call them and bother them. So just remember that. I'd actually call them up. Watch this. They're going to get a whole bunch of phone calls, and then they're going to find this video, and they're going to be like, Mr. Pika, you're fired. You don't tell, we got all these phone calls because of you. But anyways, that's what I had to do. I had to call them. Okay, let's see. Me thinks I'll earn some money through CCC and then sync for VR. Why not? Okay, yeah. I actually signed up for Voices. They had a Black Friday deal for about $2.99 a year. Yep, cool. And I decided not to sign up for Voices because I was on Voice Realm and I was happy with the amount of work audition-wise. Because, I posted a video not too long ago about auditioning and how I don't like to audition that much anymore because I feel like spending my time in different places, I can make more money. But on this particular platform, I find that my auditioning ratio now is equaling out something that I feel is worth it. Okay. Oh, on a quick side note, just so you know, what's interesting about this too is you could audition for something and then hear back from that client a month later, and that's exactly what happened to me when I got that recently that bigger deal that I just did through them, the regional spot. It was like a month ago that I had auditioned and they got back to me. Do you know what I mean? So it was like on my first set when I did like 30 auditions, and I finally heard back from, I heard back quickly from one person, and then I heard back from them a month later. And I hadn't auditioned because I was like, this is another site that I'm not going to do that. And then work started rolling in, and I found that, you got to realize once you audition, Voice Realm does it differently. They spread out the auditions, and they don't close the audition as quickly. Okay, but how you fix that is if you audition on a regular basis and the work that comes in after a period of a couple of months, it will be daily because your work has been built up over time, if that makes sense. Okay, that's something, I think that's an important thing to note when you're looking at it and starting to get data from yourself, from your work, that you don't be like, oh, it's not working. All right, let's see. They've been emailing me about a special too. Cool. Haven't started recording yet, though. They dumped tons of jobs into my email. Hope it goes well for you, Greg. All right, me too. If anyone is willing to help, I need to get my sound levels. Greg! All right, what is the best mic? A VO's journey. So I'm messaging myself, and it looks like... So I think my son is homesick today, and I was like, how's a VO's journey messaging myself about what is the best mic? His name is William. By the way, William recorded some voiceover work for me earlier today, even though he's sick. Hopefully none of the people are watching who's in his school. I'm not going to answer that, William. Thank you, because that's not the topic. But I do appreciate your question, son. Okay. Anyway. Alden, hey. Greg, mine. I have a Rode NT1. Yeah. Boss, I'm actually digging this. Look at William. You got everybody going nuts now on the microphones. I just... All right. Is a pay-to-play site better than a freebie site? All right. That's a good question. Then we're going to end it. So anyway, I feel like that's good. That is funny, William. But yes. Okay. So good question. Is a pay-to-play site better than a freebie site? Well, I can tell you first and foremost, I make tons of money, more money than any of the sites on a free site, which is Fiverr, but that's me. And what I want to tell all of you guys, and I'm glad that he asked that question, because in the end, you have to try these sites out because you never know where you particularly are going to fill a gap that's there and your business take off. Okay. So that's why it's important to try these different things. You might come across people that says, oh, don't spread yourself too thin, or don't do this or don't do that. Listen, I built an entire business on not listening to people telling me not to do stuff. All right? You've got to get out there and experiment. You got to try new things. You got to get on TikTok. I know I threw that one. I just threw it at you. It's Friday, crazy Friday. All right? But you got to try new stuff. Okay, and my suggestion is you try these new platforms, and you might find that a pay-to-play site is getting you great work, and the free sites are not. You might find you're getting great work on free sites and not so much on pay-to-play sites. Don't fight it. Roll with it. Okay. But you guys are killing me. All right, you guys. Well, listen, you have now I can't even do it without laughing. You guys had That's Why It's Live, right? You have a great weekend. And as always, thank you. If you're out, if you're on Twitter, go ahead and like and retweet this. By the way, thank you, all of you, everybody on all these different platforms. I really appreciate it. If you are on Instagram, go ahead and like this and follow me. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, like this, share it. Facebook, share it with someone who needs to see it. I've gotten a lot of questions about the voice realm recently. And like I said, I am a big fan so far of the voice realm. Not so much of Voice 123 and voices.com from the things I've heard. But again, I'm not on there, so I can't make a good good guess about how it is. So with that being said, thank you all so much. I'm going to go eat lunch. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Happy Friday. Talk to you soon. Peace.